Aloha world, going live from our new page Royal Path Tarot for the new moon activation. For those of you who are new to these videos, we've been doing them every week for, I want to say about 4 years now, consistently. We always meet. And brothers and sisters tune in from all over the world to unite in one message that we extract from a Kabbalistic tarot reading. So Kabbalistic tarot is quite different from any old tarot or modern tarot or tarot that you may have seen practiced before. It's a very particular kind of a reading. And basically, it's all archetypal. It's just archetypal wisdom, that's all. It's wisdom that lives within you, it lives within me, and it lives within all of creation. The characters on the cards represent different aspects of your own mind as well as the collective mind. So they're just different angles of perspective. And when we pull them, they kind of put together a map for us to follow. And while you guys are tuning in, I'm just going to go ahead and begin shuffling, and let me know in the comments where in the world you're tuning in from. I'm tuning in from the lovely, magical Sedona, Arizona. And usually this is where I'm tuning in from, unless I'm traveling. I always make sure I don't miss an activation, no matter where I am on my travels. But usually you'll see me broadcasting from Sedona, a very special place. If you haven't heard of it before, look it up, Sedona, Arizona. So these activations don't actually have anything to do with the moon other than the fact that we use it as a measurement of time. The shape of the moon is simply reflecting something going on inside of us and inside of all things. All things are a reflection of the one thing. So we can look to anything and see our own reflection in it. And the moon happens to be such a beautiful symbol for the collective to be able to unite in that same vision of what it is, you know, what's going on behind the scenes, because the moon is something that we can all see up in the same sky. So that's why we use the moon. And this is the new moon activation, which means it's a dark sky and we are ready to begin a new mission. Dark sky, you should think of the womb of all creation. You should think of a blank slate in your mind, a clear writing board, okay? Like a clear vision board, and we're just now going to begin to decorate that vision board of the imagination. So we're beginning a new cycle, and we're just stepping into a new lesson, a new project in a big way. Really, each moment is a new beginning, but right now, the energy of new beginnings is highlighted. Whereas, for example, next week for the first quarter will be a week into this month cycle, and things will look a little different. So we're at the beginning point. Just going to go ahead and shuffle my Hebrew letters as well. This is a card that I made myself. For those of you who are new to these videos, they look like this. I hand drew the letters, scanned them, filled them with some stars. Got some special symbols on the back there. And the Hebrew letters work the same way as the tarot. Each letter represents a different piece of archetypal wisdom that lives within the heart and mind of each one of us. Make sure you have some water nearby. It helps when you're trying to tune into that space of truth to be comfortable, to be hydrated, to be cozy, to make sure that what you're wearing, how you're sitting, your space, everything's set up to make you comfortable so that you don't have any distractions. That way, with more ease and grace, you can find your center. Okay, let me know in the comments where in the world you're tuning in from. Awesome to see you guys. UK, Croatia, Seattle. Awesome. Thank you, Archetypes Faces of the One, in advance for this message that together we're about to pull through. And if you think there's anyone in your life right now that could benefit from this activation, please go ahead and share the video with them now while we're live so that they can get in the activation portal now. Feel free to share it with friends, family. Maybe you have a favorite group on Facebook, Ascension, 5D, light bodies, light beings, or maybe even something like self-help, self-love, inspirational videos, thought of the day, meditation groups. Any group like this might be receptive to such an activation. And also, the folks in those groups may help to activate the message even further and just light it up even more. So feel free to share it now while we're live, or feel free to wait till the end of the video and share the recording. By the way, y'all, these videos get loaded to YouTube and Instagram, Rebecca Magic, after they're done. So even if you don't catch them live, it's still great to catch the recording. I have people who come across my activations a year later, and in that moment when they watch it, it's the perfect moment for them, because that's the divine design of nature and the universe. Everything's always right on time. So these activations, these messages of truth are universal, timeless. It really doesn't matter. The moment you're watching it is the moment it's meant to be watched. Denmark. Check. Sweet. So good to see you guys. Again, thank you in advance to these archetypes, these parts that live within us, for bringing out this message that's going to serve us for today and the week ahead. So just pulling the challenge of the week, which is going to be both the challenge and the gift, because the opposite lies hidden within. So we have one card pulled so far that's going to tell us what the focus is as far as the challenge this week. And what's something we have to let go of in order to free up some energy to be able to be fully present with that challenge. And then, of course, I'm going to pull, let's see, we have Portugal. Good to see you, Portugal. I'm going to pull an ally now, which will be the force of great support for the week ahead. All right, just 3 today feels good. Starting with the challenge for this new moon, new beginning, and the week ahead. 6 of Pentacles. And although you hear in modern tarot that the suit of Pentacles is associated with the earth element, this is actually a manipulation. And I talk about this in my videos. I also talk about this in The Royal Path 2, my second book. And just to put it in short, the suit of Pentacles is actually air, because before things come into manifestation on this earth plane, they're a thought form, a conception of thought. So the suit of Pentacles is not the earth, but actually primarily air. You can actually find all of the elements in each of the suits, by the way, and these are more secrets that I talk about in The Royal Path 2 if you're interested in hearing more. But remember, things are first thoughts. So the suit of Pentacles is all about mind becoming matter. It starts with air. It starts with mind. Okay, so we're looking at 6 of Pentacles, which is all about balance. To receive balance in the material world, on this earth plane, we have to first find balance within our hearts, within our minds, which is the primary association with this card. Mind, air. We can look to where there are imbalances in our physical reality, and those imbalances will reveal where there are imbalances in the mind, in the belief systems. So the challenge this week is bringing balance both within and without. Just coming into balance in general. And you can look for where there are imbalances inside, which will then reflect where there are imbalances outside, or you can do vice versa. Look to where there are imbalances outside, and that will show you where there are imbalances inside. The point is, it's a reflection. Okay, so for me personally, I like to look, what is going on in my life that seems out of balance? And what does that mean, out of balance? How can we tell when something's out of balance? When something doesn't feel harmonious, when something feels stressful, okay? When something's just not quite right, or something's not quite working. Then I ask myself, where in my mind am I creating that? what is the seed of that which exists in my own consciousness, in my awareness, in my mind? So the challenge this week is bringing more balance into our reality through bringing balance into the mind. Balance inward reflects balance outward. As within, so without, as above, so below. And a great way to get right to the root of this challenge is to ask yourself, how are my polarities either in balance right now or not in balance right now? How clearly are you maintaining a definition of your masculine polarity and your feminine polarity? And how are you uniting them harmoniously, or how are you not? And how are those forces being expressed through you? So check out the art here. Tarot is also a visual tool. It's not just a tool for, psychoanalysis. It's also a tool for visual meditation, for letting go of the intellectual aspect altogether and intuitively gazing at the image and receiving the messages from a more subconscious route. So you can look at this card, you could put it on your altar, you can Google the Six of Pentacles, you can draw it, you can play with the symbols, you can put it on the mirror that you look in every morning when you wash your face and brush your teeth, when you wake up and when you go to bed. Those are the most important times to do your meditations. Okay, so it's time to bring more balance into our lives. And you can ask yourself, start simple. Have I been more active? Or have I been more receptive? Have I been more go, go, go? Or have I been more relaxed? Where have I been too relaxed? Where have I been too on the go? How can I take the area, perhaps you're both in different areas of your life. And you can ask yourself, how can I find those areas where I've been very involved in my life and very busy and relax there a little bit? Pull back a little bit or calm down a little bit, or at least change an element of the way I'm responding in that area of my life, just to change things, stir things up. Because when you change things up in one area, you change things up in all areas. Sometimes you gotta shake things up first before they can settle in a more balanced way, right? And then ask yourself, where in my life have I been too relaxed? Where have I not been focused enough? Where have I not been giving my awareness? And give your awareness. Focus more there. Take more action in those areas. So this is one simple way that you can bring balance into your life. Another activity that is great to do for this particular challenge is to ask yourself. You could write a little diagram. Mind, body, soul. The three worlds. Which one, and usually right away you have an intuitive feeling in your gut that will tell you the answer. You could ask yourself, which one am I not giving enough attention to? Okay, and for a bodybuilder that might be, oh man, I'm giving way too much attention to the physical. For a professor, it might be, wow, I'm giving way too much attention to the mental. Okay, and for a rabbi or a priest, it might be, wow, I'm really, giving all of my focus to the spiritual. But they're all one. They're all one. And they're each within each other even. That's the thing. We can't say that within the mental dimension there's nothing spiritual about that. Really? Because spiritual expansion is one with psychological expansion. They are equal. For example, okay? And physical. You can't continue to progress on your spiritual path if you have a physical ailment, because that physical ailment is simply a reflection of or a manifestation of a spiritual imbalance or an imbalance in the unseen realm. So each of the realms are connected to each other. So when we say, oh, I'm not giving enough attention to the physical, what we're really saying is I'm just not distributing my energies correctly. And we could say that when we're not giving enough attention to any of them. It's an imbalance in general. But remember, each one is within the one. So if you're not giving enough of your awareness to, mind, if you're not giving enough awareness to body, if you're not giving enough awareness to soul, then you're not really giving enough awareness to what is true, to what you need to do. You're not giving enough awareness to the right things, period. Because each of them require attention. Each of them require nourishment. So a great way that you can bring more balance into your reality this week, and really always, but this week is obviously, this archetype is highlighted for a reason. So you're being supported by nature and by the universe to focus on this mission in particular. And what happens is, when you focus on this mission in particular this week, you will lock in those lessons. You will lock in that code. You will light up that neural pathway that will then serve you in all moments as you move forward. Okay, so it's not saying that this theme isn't always present. Of course it is. That's why it's even given a tarot card. It's always there. But the reason we're pulling it right now is that it's supported this week by the energies, by the forces that be, so that you can lock in this lesson in a very powerful way, in a more powerful way than ever before. So take the opportunity. Write your list, mind, body, soul. How can I maybe be more studious, be more, be more focused on the path of self-realization? How can I take my self-studies deeper this week? How can I look deeper at myself? How can I learn more about myself, but not just my smaller self, the self that is one, of which we are all a part, the self that connects me to all creation. Okay, so that's just one aspect of it. That's mind. And remember, they're all within each other. Okay, so mind. How can I study? How can I take some time to read this week? How can I learn something new? And then body. Have you been focused on your body? And I'm not just saying exercise, okay? I'm not just saying go work out because you haven't worked out in 5 years. I'm saying, are you taking care of your physicality? Your skin, the largest organ. Have you ever heard of dry brushing? Look it up. Have you been washing your skin with nice ingredients, things that your body likes, things that are healthy, not compromising, not saying, oh, well, this has a little formaldehyde in it, so it's okay. No, unacceptable. The way you do one thing is the way that you do all things. If my sister is watching, she says this all the time. The way you do one thing is the way you do all things. So be very intentional with everything that you do. And it doesn't have to be so serious. And so, some people say, gosh, why do you take it so seriously? It's not just that it's serious. It's intentional. It's different than seriousness. Intentionality is different than just being serious. Intentionality says, I care about myself and the one self. I care about life. I care about my life. And I'm showing myself through that intentionality. And I'm showing the universe and the creator through my intentionality that I care, that I deserve health. And the creator will bring you that health when you treat it with such respect. When you behave with awareness, when you act with awareness and with intention, the universe reflects that back to you and gives you more of what it is you are treating with such delicate care and with such gratitude and honor and respect. So you have to be intentional if you wish to progress on the path of spiritual and psychological expansion. Otherwise, don't complain that you're not progressing. Don't complain that you're not getting anywhere in life. It doesn't have to be serious. It can be fun. It can be beautiful. It could be a deeply intimate and spiritual experience to be intentional. So that was like a little side download there. To go back to the mind, body, soul thing, we're talking about body now. So what are the ingredients you're putting on your body? What are the ingredients you're putting in your body? You are a temple. Use yourself and your life as a ritual to affect the world. To affect all the worlds, all the dimensions. Everything you put on yourself is a reflection of what you're putting on the one self, okay? Your skin is like the dirt of the earth. Your body is in proportion to the planet and to the cosmos, right? I'm thinking of Da Vinci's The Divine Man, right? Truly, don't forget. You have a responsibility, a sacred responsibility. So it's not just about, oh, it has a little formaldehyde, it's okay. I don't care. I'll die a little earlier. But it's not just you, babe. It's not just your life. It's our life. We're all connected. So everything you do to yourself, think about it, you're doing to all the people that you love and care about and to every part of creation. But start there. Think of the people that you love and that you care about and know that what you do to you, you do to them. And from there, make a change. From there, be a little more intentional each day, each moment. And you really have to think like this. It's not a joke. We are connected. We are one. This is scientifically proven. Come on. From how many angles do we have to prove it? We now in today's age have the science to prove it. We have the mathematics to prove it. In ancient times they knew it. We know it now. So remember. And act with that remembrance. Everything you do to you, you do to us. You do to the ones that you love. And when you think of it that way, when you put your heart into it and your emotions into it, it really activates your purpose, and it really activates that desire, that will, that passion to be intentional and to be a better person for you, for the world, for future generations, for those you love, and for all of life. Oh, I love that all my friends are watching right now. I'm loving seeing your comments and all my brothers and sisters. So good. Okay, so that's body. We talked about mind. Have you been studying? Have you been learning something new? Learn something new every day. Mental stimulation. And then body. How are you taking care of yourself? Knowing that you are a reflection of the planet and of the cosmos. You're connected to all of life. How are you taking care of your physicality? How are you staying healthy? The things you put on it, the things you put in it, the way that you move, the way that you pump your heart, the way that you work all of your muscles and give awareness to all of your organs. Do you know that the colors of what you eat, the foods, the liquids, they all are connected to the different organs of the body? How can you be more aware of the colors of the rainbow and the way in which they connect to the organs and the functions of you? So that could be a fun journey this week. That's one way to bring more balance into your life. You could even combine the two aspects we just spoke about, mind and body, and learn mind about the connection between your body and food, or your body and your mind. How does your mind affect your body? In that way, you're hitting both of those points. You're taking care of your body by studying through awareness. Knowledge is power, okay? Then moving on to the spiritual, mind, body, soul. How have you been connecting to life in a deeper way? It doesn't have to be, maybe you're an atheist. I don't know. I don't care. I know who you are. But how are you finding meaning in your life, at least? How are you finding purpose in yourself and in your life? How are you finding joy? Because joy and purpose and gratitude, prosperity, these are things that it doesn't matter what religion you follow. We all seek those things. We all need to embody those things in order to have a rich and full experience in this life, in order to be happy in these bodies at this time on this planet. So in regard to the spiritual, mind, body, soul, whatever you want to call that aspect, call it joy, call it gratitude. That is soul, that is love, that is light, that is life. How are you focusing on that? Okay, if you don't want to call it, mind, body, soul, you could call it mind, body, joy. How are you finding that joy in your heart, in your mind, in your experience? Are you giving enough of your awareness to cultivating that joy, to living a happy and fulfilled life? So for me, I love to make it personal because I'm very transparent. I love to share with you who I am. I feel that when we share, we help each other. We only help each other. So I'm going to share some thoughts I have about my mind, body, soul little triangle I have going on in the vision board of my imagination. So I love studying. For me, my mind is always going, and I'm super active there. So I could probably slow down a little bit and, not study the Torah story, 5 days before it happens, but I can study it the day or two before. Okay, I get so eager to study the Torah story, which the Torah story is, it happens every Shabbat. There's one story every week. And it's almost like I finish the story and I'm ready to start the next one the next day. But you want to slow down. You want to really savor the message for the week. Okay, so this is just an example and reflection I'm providing from my personal experience. It's beautiful. I recognize it's beautiful that I have this love for this sacred ancient text of the Torah. But I can certainly slow down and enjoy the process more through doing that. It doesn't mean that it doesn't mean that I'm less active in my studies. It doesn't mean, in fact, it's quite the opposite. It means that I'm more active. I'm just deepening my studies. It's just different. Sometimes less is more. sometimes slowing down, we can get way more out of the story, right? So that's just a reflection for me in the mind aspect of my triangle. For body, I could certainly be doing things like moving my body, being out in the fresh air, I love running. I haven't ran in so long. I can't even tell you when the last time I took a jog was. And I love that. It doesn't mean you have to do that. It doesn't mean you love it, but maybe there's something else you love to do that's physical with your body that you haven't done in a long time. For me, I love running. So that's something I can certainly do. I love hiking. I live in a gorgeous place where there are beautiful red rock mountains everywhere, in every direction. And I can certainly take a hike this week. Okay, so those are just some thoughts about body. And then for soul, I'm also really heavily involved with my spiritual practice, but I could learn about a new culture. That's something I love to do. I love learning about the spirituality or the religion of new cultures. Or I could dive deeper into a certain aspect of a culture that I've already studied. So just some ideas. Or I could try a new ritual. I could go to a new church or temple. Okay, so those are just some ideas. It's only the first card, you guys. Let's move on. We gotta move on here. But water first. Okay, so what's something we need to let go of in order to free up that energy to focus on this task of bringing more balance into our lives? What's something that we're ready to just say, all right, close that up? Two of Cups. And while many people think that the Lover's card is about love and relationship, it's actually not necessarily the case. Sometimes it does involve relationship. Everything is relationship in life. There's only one here, so everything is just us relating to self. But the Lover's card in ancient Egypt was actually called the Two Paths. And the Lover's card in the tarot is more about a choice point, whereas this card, the Two of Cups, is really about romance and relationships, love exchange. Cups is the suit of the heart and emotions, and you see the woman and man here, and it's just representing really the polarities or forces that exist within each one of us. So it's really like your intellectualism and your intuition. Okay, so we have been so and I'm going to tell you what I'm seeing as it applies to right now, because it always changes. The way that it's coming up for us in our lives is always changing. So the way that this card has been coming up for us is relationships. We've been so focused on relationships that we're not looking at the bigger picture. Okay, you might have felt in the past few days or the past few weeks or months that you're so consumed by your relationships, your romantic relationships or your pursuit of a romantic relationship. Focus on healing relationships, okay? Also, something that I'm seeing coming up is that we've been focused on healing all kinds of relationships, family relationships, repairing friendships that maybe have been stressed. Maybe you've been struggling in a certain relationship, and the point is you've been trying to heal that. Now, it's enough with looking through a victim lens. It's enough with seeing the problems in our relationships and acting like we need to fix them. See them as already healed. And know this, until we bring balance into our own lives, we will not be able to access the deepest healing in those relationships. So for example, if you've had a rough patch with a friend recently, take a step back, relax. It'll be healed in its own way, in perfect divine timing. The job now is to let that go. The mission is to let that go, become present, and focus on your own internal balance. Here, so that your life becomes a reflection of that. And so everything then unfolds from there. Okay, so when you find balance between mind, body, soul, you're in a more stable frequency. You're more capable then of reapproaching all of your issues, not just within your relationships with friends or loved ones, but all of your issues with your jobs, with your projects, with your home life, with whatever it is, because you will feel more balanced and ready, empowered, stable, clear, to be able to finally heal and mend those issues within all of your relationships and endeavors. Okay, so don't focus so, don't just be so narrowly focused on any one relationship, or the healing of this friendship, or the healing of this romance, or the healing of my relationship with my mother or my father or my brother, or this, that. Open up your mind, see the bigger picture. Know that all imbalances in this world are a reflection of an imbalance within. So you might as well just take a pause, call all of your energy back to center, and focus it inward. Ask, mind, body, soul, what can I do to bring more balance to that? And from there, when I come back out into the world, I'll be more empowered to approach these imbalances from a more balanced perspective. I'll be able to imbue that balance I've now cultivated into those areas of imbalance. Or what happens is you'll find that those imbalances in your relationships and in your outside worlds repair themselves with grace and with ease. It just happens, and nature will do that for you as a reflection of the internal work that you are doing now for yourself. And the ally of the week is the Dalit. And it's funny because I was just looking at my memories on Facebook, and I don't know if it was a year, 2, 3 years ago, this day, I shared a quote, and I'm going to share it with you all because it's fresh in my mind. When we see that there are no doors, we can then open the one. And what I remember writing that, and what I meant by that was, you are the door. The door dissolves when you remember that. You are the opportunity, the ultimate opportunity. You are the gateway. You are the portal. Through you, the light of the Creator enters this world. You are the door. And this gives a whole new definition to the idea that we're God's children, right? We are here to work with the Creator. We are all one alliance. You are the doorway for that light to come through your senses and into this reality, to be made manifest. This is how we bring heaven to earth. On earth as it is in heaven. This is the whole idea. This is what, although every religion is fighting and thinking that we're all on different pages, we're all really here with the same one mission, to be that portal for that light to come through. Do you know that's what birthing women are called in different countries and different cultures? It's said that when a woman is birthing, they're giving light. That's what it's translated as in English, giving light. And each moment, each one of us is birthing new light. Man or woman, doesn't matter. We're all birthing new light. We have the potential to do that through our thoughts, through our speech, and through our actions. So with the Dalet, or the door, because the door, I should be clear, there's a hieroglyphic symbol that's associated with every single Hebrew letter. Each letter has its own symbol, and the symbol for the Dalet is a door. And if you want to unlock the understanding or definition of the symbols, you think of the divine. You think of the Creator. So when you think of the door in reflection of the Creator, it's a doorway to the divine. It's a doorway to that light, to the light of the Creator. A doorway of potential for spiritual and psychological expansion. So, with that said, how is this the ally in connection to the other cards? It's saying, remember the opportunities that lie ahead when you bring balance into your life. Remember the doorway of potential that is always there, but particularly right now, we're being called to remember that there are many opportunities that are going to open up when we bring balance to our inner world, which then brings balance to our outer world, which will heal all relationships. So we don't have to go the backwards way and try so hard to heal this and heal that. Heal yourself. Bring balance to yourself, and then there will be balance in all of your relationships. Then there will be balance in your polarities, which is really what this card is representing. It's not about anyone else. It's about the two within you. Okay? So when you find balance, the polarities within you, it's like they're cheersing their cups, right? The polarities within you work together in harmonious synergy. And you don't have to try to make that happen. You just have to do little tasks that bring more balance into your everyday life. And then on a deeper level, what happens is those polarities start to harmonize within you, and they start to work together in a beautiful way. Okay? So think about the potential that carries. Speaking of doorway of potential, when your polarities are united, and this is, there's a term for this in occult studies called the hieroschemos. This is the alchemical marriage. When that happens within you, when that takes place within you, think about that. How profound is that? Remember, as within, so without. When your polarities unite and harmonize and they flow together and synergistically, that is reflected into the world around you. Through every relationship, through everyone you meet, through every job or project or vision you work to make come to life, through all situations that you face, through all settings you enter, it all becomes a reflection of this inner harmony. That's profound. So making that connection, having that awareness of just how profound that is, you can only imagine what opportunities will open up for you from that point. And that's what you got to know, that opportunities will open up from there. So it's almost like you want to say a mantra this week. The Dalit, or the door, is giving us this mantra. And it's like this. When I bring balance to the areas of mind, body, and soul in my life's experience, what happens on a deeper level is my polarities unite. They begin to work together. I find a very deep balance is cultivated within myself. And this is reflected in the world around me. And because of this deep internal balance, the opportunities that come to me will reflect that balance and offer me the chance to take that balance to a new level, to draw in more light and to offer more light to the world. Because once we come to a certain degree of balance, what's going to happen from there? We always need to keep growing, evolving, learning, right? So you got to know, this is really it's really coming clear. You've got to know that once you reach that balance, it's never over, right? That's why we read the Torah or the Bible and we start again, because the lessons are always the same, because truth is one, but it's always deeper. So what the Dalit is really telling us on the deepest level, and I'm hearing this rabbi in my head that I love, he's saying, Rabbi Richmond, he's saying, open up your heart in the deepest way. So open up your heart in the deepest way. The Dalit is telling us, know this, that once you find that balance, it doesn't stop there. Then the opportunities that come to us offer us a chance to go deeper with that balance, to grow, to take that mother and father within, that masculine and feminine polarity within, and empower them to rise to the next level. That's really what it is. So in order for us to find more balance in our lives right now, we could just say, oh, okay, well, I'm gonna bring more balance. Or we could say, I'm gonna bring more balance, and then from there, I'm gonna eternally continue to bring more balance. And when you take it to that level, when you take it beyond even this lifetime, it really inspires that process to begin right away. Do you know what I'm saying? I feel that. So the Dalit is the doorway of potential, showing us it's not just about this moment, bringing balance to this moment. When we bring balance to this moment, we recognize that we have an opportunity to bring more balance to our eternal existence. Because each moment holds an eternity. Each moment is the infinite now. So it's inspiring to think of that degree of opportunity we're being offered. It's not just an opportunity to, bring more balance into our lives right now. It's an opportunity to bring more balance to the one, which is eternal. The efforts we put in to bring more balance into our lives right now are so much greater than just, Rebecca in this little body in this life. It's for us, it's for the one, and for future generations, for those to come. So empower yourself through that knowing that this is not just the doorway, the small doorway, opening your bedroom door or your bathroom door. We're opening a portal. It's a huge doorway of potential. And through that, you should feel so inspired. And know that once you come to this level of balance and you bring your polarities into balance, the opportunities that will come next will be ones that will take you to the next level of your being. Take you to the next level of greatness, next level of potential. And from there, it's never ending. So it's exciting. And you could either look at it as, oh my God, that's exhausting, or you could look at it as, oh my God, that's so powerful. Because look, there's no way out, okay? There's no way out. There's no out. We're here forever. So find the joy in this process. Find the joy in this experience of finding ever greater spaces of balance, ever more powerful embodiments of balance. Balance is one. Balance is eternal. A little fun fact, the card number 8 in the tarot is justice, aka balance. If you look in modern tarot, it's not. This is a manipulation. They make it number 11. It's actually 8. Why? When you take 8 and put it on its side, infinity, balance, justice is forever. The law, truth, justice is found within the balance. The laws of justice are extracted from this concept of balance. I know that's a super heady topic. I have lots of videos about this that go way more in detail, but feel free to ask any questions you have. That's a whole other topic. But so remember, balance is at the root of all things. It's always there. You can always tap into that balance. You can always find your balance, but it takes constant effort to maintain that balance and to take it to a new level, to embody it with more awareness each time. So find joy in that process. Okay, use your current imbalances. This feels really clear. Use your current imbalances to bring more balance into your life. Not just right now, but forever. Lock it in. Your life right now and all the imbalances in it are simply a ritual for you to find more balance. Wherever we see a vice in our life, there's opportunity to cultivate the opposite, the virtue. So look for the imbalances with excitement and know that each one that you mend, each one that you heal and correct and bring balance to, you're not just healing that in this moment. You're healing that frequency across timelines, across time and space, for past lives and future ones. And when you think of it that way, it really lights you up with purpose and passion. It activates your will to be on this mission in a more powerful way than ever before. So don't be afraid of your imbalances. That's not going to do anything for you. Be excited and know that it's so much bigger than what it looks like. The imbalances and the challenges and the pain and the suffering, it's all just opportunity to heal and to rise higher than ever before. So find the joy in that. That's the doorway of potential this week. Ooh, there's little rainbows on my hair there. See, we're calling in the light, you guys. We're calling in the light. Okay, that was a good one. So I'm going to focus on finding ways that I can bring more balance into my life this week, mind, body, soul. And in doing that, I know that the deeper balance within myself will be activated, right? So I balance in the ways that I can as a human, but then my soul, or that deeper part within me, becomes balanced, right? How do I put this in other words? Your polarities, your masculine and feminine, become balanced as a result of the balance that you maintain in this world. Okay, so as within, so without, as without, so within. When you take charge of those things that you do have control over in your life and you try your best to bring balance to those things, then the internal balance reflects that. Okay, and then once you lock in that new level of balance, you level up. What happens? There's a new level to reach, right? It's like a video game. You reach a new level, but it doesn't stop there. I mean, unless it's the end, but that's a video game. This is real life. This is like the ultimate game. This is like the best game ever. It's never ending. It's amazing, okay? So you get to one level, and then already you activate the mission to begin the next level. That's life. So look for all the imbalances in your life with excitement, with this awareness that it's never ending. It's a game, and it's just to grow ever brighter, ever more joyful, more prosperous. Look for the imbalances, seek them with intention, and use those imbalances as a ritual to insert more balance into your life. so that you internally become more balanced, reaching that new level of activation, knowing that from there, you'll be given your next mission right after, so that you can keep growing. I'm really excited to be on this mission with you all. Thank you so much for helping me extract this message, for being the bridge with me so that the archetypes could come through with their wisdom. And if there's anybody in your life you think could benefit from this message, please send them this video. I'm about to load it right after we sign off here. I'm going to load it to YouTube and Instagram, Rebecca Magic, as I always do. This way, if you have a friend or family member who doesn't have Facebook or Instagram or YouTube, they can use a different platform. You can also share it with your favorite groups. If there's someone that you think could help activate the message further, maybe they don't necessarily need to hear this. Maybe they're not, depressed or anxious, but maybe they could help us know this even further. Somebody you know who carries strong faith, please send this to them. And we do these activations every week, and we've become such an awesome community of friends and family across the world. It's so, so special to me. I look forward to these activations just as much as you guys do. I get messages all the time. I can't wait for the activation. I'm like, yo, me too. Me too. And if you haven't yet hit follow on my new page, Royal Path Tarot, please do. I'm going to be doing all my lives, including the Torah stories every week and the the Shabbat candle lighting every week. All the lives are going to be in that one place now. Facebook.com/Royal Path Tarot. And then tonight, I will see you for the tomorrow night, I'll see you for the Shabbat candle lighting. I did the Torah story this morning, so if you want to check that out, it's also on the Royal Path Tarot wall. And I love you guys. Thank you for your support, for showing up every week, for doing this work together for the one. And thank you for your support, purchasing my books. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful to share my message with the world. If you guys don't know, I do have Royal Path 1 and 2 now published. Royal Path 3 for children is coming out real soon. It is finished. It is finished. And I also do offer tarot lessons, and they're all recorded videos that are available now. So if you're wanting to go deeper with the occult symbolism of the tarot, that's a different approach than my books. And each class is about 60 to 90 minutes long, super deep dive into the tarot and the archetypes. Thank you so much. I'll see you guys tomorrow for Shabbat. Have an awesome weekend. Peace.